Hey YouTube, so today we're going to create a Snapchat filter without using Photoshop. So the thing about Snapchat filters is that they require a size that is in pixels, which is a little difficult to convert over to inches. So let's go ahead and create it using an online editor that's free. And this is great for people who don't want to use Photoshop. So the website is called Pixlr, Pixlr.com. So if you've never used this website, if you have before, I like to use it as an alternate to Photoshop. For those people who don't want to pay for Photoshop or are a little intimidated by Photoshop, it's a great resource. You can do a lot of the same things you do in Photoshop, photo editing, creating any type of, party favor, creating type of photos and edits in Pixlr. So what I can do is I go into Pixlr, just scroll down here. I launch the web app. And I really like it because, like I said, you're able to use pixels instead of inches. And one of the things with Publisher or Word, some of those other ones, you need to set up your page with inches. So you need to run Flash. So I just went ahead and ran my Flash. And it's going to come up. And when it comes up, I'm going to set my page size. So I'll just go ahead and call this Snap Filter. You have some presets here, but I'm going to make this custom. And you'll see all your presets. This is pretty cool. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a custom size. And for Snapchat filters, it's 1080 by 2340. And always check Snapchat's website to ensure that this is still correct. I'm going to do a transparent background. And here's my size of my Snap filter. Okay. So I'm going to make a pretty simple one because you don't want these to have a lot in it because they have to be under 300 kilobytes. So the more stuff you stack on it, the larger it gets, and that's not what you need for a snap filter. You want to keep it very simple. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in some of the clip art that I have. I made one that says Class of 2002. I made some balloon text in what is it, in Photoshop. So I always drag and drop. That's a bad habit of mine from Photoshop. You want to go to Layer, Open Images Layer. This is not a drag and drop tool. So if you watch my other videos, you know I love drag and drop, but we can't do that here. So it's going to come here. Go to where I have it saved. It's under my most recent. There it is. So it comes in as a new layer. You can rename it. I'll name it over here, Class of 2022. And I'm going to go ahead and get my move tool and I'm going to move it. You don't want to bring it all the way to the top because that will get cut off in your Snapchat filter. So I'm going to drag that there. Then I'm thinking that I want a diamond confetti background. So I'm going to put diamond confetti background PNG into Google. And I'm going to go to images, just see if I can find anything for free. I do have some diamond confetti um, digital paper that I purchased from Etsy that I like, but it's a little too big for a Snapchat filter, so I'm not going to use it. I like this one, 260 by 278, low resolution, but I'm going to go ahead and grab it, and it's free. So I'm going to go over here to PNG tree, visit. I'm going to go to the website. And, again, try to find something with a high resolution. The only reason I don't want to use that confetti background clip art that I have is because it is very heavy. So it's about 1228 by 1310. That's pretty good. So you saw that the resolution changed when I came over to the actual website to download it. So I'm going to download as a PNG. This is a free download. And it's going to download. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing on Pixlr. I'm going to go back to my Pixlr tab and I'm going to do layer. It's still downloading down here. It should be almost done. But I'll do open images layer. You can also use URLs, different things like that. Come to downloads. Actually, it's saved in my downloads file, but I'm just going to do quick access. Hopefully it's here. It is not. That's fine. So what I can do is go back to what I saved it as. We will show it in the folder. and I'm going to rename it. Alright, so I'm just going to rename this Diamond Confetti. Use my caps lock. And I'm going to go grab it. So I'm just going to do layer, open images layer. And my downloads folder. I'll just search here, Diamond Confetti. There it is. So I'm going to go ahead and open it. And one thing you'll see when it came in, it's on top. So I want this to be underneath, and I'm going to exit out of here so we can see the full screen. I want to make sure this is underneath, so you want to drag that down. See how it's not over the class of 20. I'm going to put Diamond Confetti. And I mean, this is pretty good, you know, so I like it. You can add any text. Maybe we'll want to put like congratulations. So the text box comes down here. So I'll put congratulations, Felicia. And the great thing about this is that your fonts are in here. So that's pretty cool. You can use your fonts. And thinking I'll just use a font like similar to what I already have. You can change the color. If I wanted to pick up that blue color in there. Well, that's black. Let's see. Yep, I like that. And you know, you can bold it. I'll just go ahead and do that. I'm gonna make it bigger. I'm going to use my move tool though. You can use your text tool, but I'm gonna use my move tool to do an edit free transform. Edit. Sometimes it is not the most cooperative, so it did not want to respond there. That's okay. I'm just going to come back. Let me get out of there. It's trying to do a new layer. I'm going to go and grab the layer that I already have. And I'll just make this bigger. You can also type it in if you know what you want it to be. That's fine. I'm actually going to make it like this and center it. There we go. And I think I want to make it a little smaller again. Maybe make it about 82. That's fine. Okay. Grab my move tool. You know, bring it here. And if I wanted, I could even take this and maybe do another layer at the bottom. This layer, duplicate layer, and bring it down. I think I want to flip it. So let me see. And no, let's do it. Let's undo that. And let's flip it vertically. Oops, I did the same thing. Layer. There we go. And then I'm going to, that actually looks pretty cool, but I'm going to, I guess that's fine. But what I don't like now is that this, you can't really see it. And again, be cautious that you don't do too much because this might be getting to be too large. And I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to do a drop shadow. Distance is closer in. It actually looks pretty good. And you can change the colors as you so please. But I'm going to leave that like that. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this. Snap filter. Always save it as a PNG. You need to upload PNGs to Snapchat. They will not take JPEGs or anything else. So this is 1278 kilobytes. So I'm going to go ahead and save it, even though it's larger than 300 kilobytes, and I'll show you why. And again, you want to have it as 1278 kilobytes, because if not, you want to have it 300 kilobytes or smaller, excuse me, because if not, Snapchat will not accept it. So I'm going to go to the Snapchat website, and you want to go over to snapchat.com. So, if I did want to do, a mock-up of this before I, upload it, because one of the things you need to show your customer what it's going to look like. But I always go to Snapchat.com first to see if it's going to be rejected before I show my customer. Because if it's going to be rejected, no sense in them getting excited about the filter. So you want to do create and go down to filters. So this is a filter for a temporary filter, like a day filter, an event, something like that. Create. It's usually a little quicker than this. Might be a little busy tonight. And you'll see it come up. It's really moving slow, their website today. Very strange. All right, here we go. So really odd it's moving so slow. All right, so you go ahead and upload your picture that you have a PNG that you saved. And I'll show you again why I put everything up a little higher than because it wasn't at the top of the screen. Okay, so you see where it says like area may be cropped on shorter devices. So most of us have a large cell phone, like I have an iPhone X, you may have an iPhone, Plus or something, or a larger Samsung. But if people have smaller, like an older phone, it's going to crop out. So make sure you try to get it up outside of the crop areas when you do your filters. And I'm going to go to next. This one's a little cropped off at the name, but for tutorial purposes, I'm just going to show you this way, and so you can see what I mean. And you'll want to choose the time, the date. So I'll just go here. It's in Eastern time. Be mindful of that. I'm gonna go next. Your time zone may be different based on where you are. Mine is Eastern time. And I would just select the time and date that I want. I'm just leaving in what's already there. And let's just say we do like 17040. I don't know. Let's just choose that. And you can draw your fence based on the address you put in where your event is. You can draw it, and the bigger it gets, the more money it's going to cost you. So basically, Snapchat is charging you for the filter as well, for the time frame and for the actual location that it's going to cover, the amount of square feet. So when you charge somebody for this, please ensure that you are telling them that they're either going to pay just for a digital file and then they still have to pay Snapchat, or they're going to have to pay you for the digital file along with the cost that Snapchat charges for you to have a custom filter. So as you saw, the price went up. Okay? So it can keep going up. Like you can pay a lot for a filter depending on how long and how much how many square feet. So one thing you'll see here is Snapchat's not going to let me continue because this is image file size is too large after compression. Remember, I had a 1200 kilobyte document. I need a 300 kilobyte document. So I'm going to compress my image. I'm going to go to tiny PNG, and this is a compression site. It will compress your PNGs and your JPEGs. So it's free. So I'm just going to grab that same snap filter that I uploaded to Snapchat that it said was too large. And what you may find is that the more you do it, you still can't get under 300 kilobytes. Like right now I'm at 362. So what I could have done when I designed my filter was not have so much I could have less confetti, because that will change the size of it. So I'm going to download this, and I'm going to download it, and I'm going to see if I can compress it one more time to get it to 300 or less. And if I can't, I will go back and revise it. That's why I said don't show it to your customer until you can guarantee you can get it under 300 kilobytes so Snapchat will approve it. Alright, so there it is. Sorry guys, there we go. Snap filter. Just drag it over. Let's see if it can save us some more. Okay, so it went down just a little bit. So what I'm going to do, instead of fighting with it, because I can continue to compress it, I'm just going to come in and I'm going to take one of these diamond confettis off. I'm just going to delete it out. Delete layer. And I'm going to pull this up some. Oops, not that one. I'm going to pull congratulations up some because it was down too far. And then I'll just do file, save again as PNG. Okay, so right now it's at 228 kilobytes. That's like exactly what we need. So that's as a JPEG. As a PNG, it's 990 kilobytes. So be mindful, it can trick you. Different file formats, different sizes. I'm going to go ahead and save it on my desktop. That's fine. Snap filter 2. And since I already know it's too large, I'm going to go ahead and compress it again. And we should be able to get it under 300 this time. So there's a few websites like this. I like Tiny PNG. You have compressed PNG. You can just search like PNG compression or PNG compressed websites. You can search it on Google and you'll find some things. So while that finds itself, let's see if I can get this together for you. Alright, so here we go. I'm just going to go ahead and drag it again. Dragged it like in there. You got to make sure you get it in that square right here. Don't just drag it onto the screen. Okay, so I dragged and dropped my image, and look, I'm at 265 kilobytes. So I'm going to go ahead and download that, and I'm going to upload it to Snap. So let's go back to product. Actually, we should have went back to design, excuse me. I'll create a new filter. It still has my old one there. I'm going to upload the one I just downloaded. Yes, I do want to replace this because it's too big. The old one is. I'm going to go to my download folder. Do Snap filter 2. That's what it's saved as. Open it. Thinking, 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 thinking. And it's in there. So that looks pretty good. So you'll see here, there's nothing down bottom, and that's fine. That looks pretty cool though. Next, again, same thing. Choose your time and date. Make sure you have it specific to what you're doing. your location, checkout, and you see I didn't get that error message. So then you just want to fill out all this information and you'll submit it to Snapchat and they will tell you if it's approved or not via email. And you will need to pay upfront. So now that you see, okay, this is going to work, let me make sure my customer wants it before I either send it over or before they send it over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this. Let's undo that. I'm going to come here and right click into my mockup saying format shape. And I'm going to go picture or texture fields, keeping whatever is on my clipboard. So ignore that. I'm going to do file. I'm going to go to my last image that I used, the one I know is under 300 kilobytes. And I'm going to use that one. There it is. Just going to drag it over. And that's how it will look. But to kind of give like the little image that's actually a snap filter, I'm going to go to Google. I'm just going to grab a picture of like a graduate. And I'm going to X out of this because I've already shown you how to use Snap to do the filters. I'm just going to grab a picture of a graduate really quickly. Like this is cool. This one should fit. And I want somebody that's a PNG so that the background is not a white block. Because if it's a white block, it's going to cover up the design. And I don't want that. So let's see if we can find us a good one. This one keeps loading. This one's pretty cool. Let me see if I just copy it. Will it retain the PNG features? Nope. See, sometimes when you copy it, it doesn't retain the same. Like it keeps that gray and white in the background. So let's see here. Let me see if I can use her. Sometimes it acts right, sometimes it doesn't. There we go. So she's good. So I'm just gonna bring her in. If you had a picture of somebody, you can always use that too. I'm just gonna bring it in. You know, it's like, hey, there I am. And you just want to send this to the back. So that way, oops. Yeah, she's like that. So, that's about it. So I'll be putting this mock-up up on the site for you to use. If you do want to purchase it, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much. Hope this was helpful for somebody.